Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? I wanted to just close the week out real quick with weekly charts and see how we closed for the week. Here's the S&P, and you can see still moving a little bit, but it's closing at or near its low for the week, which is tremendously bearish. You can see how this candle on a weekly chart closed on its low. You can see how the wicks constitute maybe a bottom, but when it closes on its low, it's likely you'll have a continuation. So just wanted to point that out. S&P and the Dow on a weekly chart, closing on its low, kind of fell apart really bad near the last part of the day. It had to close this gap I was noticing earlier, but it sliced right through it. Usually gaps are support and resistance lines, and once it fills a gap, it hits support on the other side. But it filled it and it sliced right through. So very weak. US dollar, still no rhyme or reason what's going on. We're still looking at a quadruple top, but it hasn't fallen down. It looks like on a weekly chart it's forming a flag pattern, but still could go in either way on this thing. A little bearish on the monthly, but it's way too soon to figure that out. Could go either way. Could fall apart at any second, or it could hit some Fed printing money and just go to the moon. Crude, like we talked about, is just on a thread. Broke its previous lows this week, and it's closing on its low on a weekly chart. So look for more bearish activity on it. It's encompassing quite a bit. It did go up and hit previous lows and then backed off. So look for a continuation on crude. Can't figure out on a measured move where it's going to go, just because this is not a natural chart. I don't think nothing natural about how it fell out of the sky. So not going to try to catch a knife on it. Try to figure out where it's going to land. It's definitely bearish for the next week. Gold, I'm pretty happy to see that it closed above some of the resistance, the previous lows. So maybe a chance to keep consolidating on gold as well as silver, although it did have a brutal day today. It tried to make a pop, but it was lagging gold, so it didn't have a chance, I don't think. You can see the line of support, it closed above the support line still, so we're still, looks like a consolidation, and I'm still happy about gold closing above previous lows, maybe consolidating, have some meaningful gains cross the trend line and break this longer trend line, and maybe see some 1200 and above. Could move pretty drastically, especially if money's going to start flowing into the physical market a lot more than it has. I pulled up Gold-backed PSLV by Eric Sprott. Just acting, it's waiting to do something, but not, this, I called this the consolidation right in here, and then it's moved sideways since. Had a couple gaps, filled the gaps. Not sure where it's going to go. Accumulation's always in effect. You put a couple $100s in it a month until it pops. the easy way to go. And then copper still being brutalized. Looks like it had a flag pattern and now it's breaking down. So lower copper is coming. I hate to see this thing, at $1.40. But that's where the previous lows were. '08. Looks like we're going to the '08 levels in precious metals. Only if gold can save us. Might bring up all these rest of them with it. But copper's very bearish. Silver's on the fence, but still consolidating. Same as gold. Glad it closed above previous lows. And I use these little 3, 5, and 8. These are previous low lines. So once it closes on a weekly above the 8, we can see a consolidation underneath the 38 and the 8, or the 34 and the 8, and then bend these things up higher and higher, and then you'll get a pop. See what happens. I want to see this. I want to find the bottom in gold, silver, copper. That's it. Most of the indices are weak. Like I said, they're all closing on their lows and getting worse as the day finalizes. So, and crude's closing below 33, which is very bearish. I'll see you guys later. Let me know what's going on out there.